Thank you for joining me today. I have my sister-in-law, April, with me. April, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm April. I'm Dorla's sister-in-law. Just general happy person. Um, I think maybe through this interview you'll learn a little bit more about me.
Yep, awesome. So the reason why I invited you on today because I wanted to talk about plus size slash curvy girl fashion. I thought about this because, as you know, this weekend, Mikhail and I celebrated 13 years, right? So for our anniversary, we decided to go to the National Harbor, and a part of our visit to the National Harbor, we go to the outlets. So when I go to the outlets, the first thing I do is I try to pull up a directory to see what stores are there. They didn't have a Lane Bryant. They didn't have Ashley Stewart. They didn't have the Avenue. Well, the Avenue are hardly ever in like the malls and stuff like that, the outlets. So I was like, well, where am I supposed to shop? Like, where am I supposed to get my clothes from? Right? Like, it's an outlet, and they claim they have like, I don't even remember, 200 stores or however many stores they have. So I was like, well, what do other curvy girls do? Like, how do you, like, if you're going to a mall or if you're going to an outlet, how do you prepare? Or do you just go and browse around, or do you do your research and pull up the mall directory? How do you do it?
Yeah, so I'm pretty similar to that. If I am going to somewhere new, yeah, I'll definitely look it up online before I get there to see, like, well, what am I working with? If anywhere I can shop, anywhere that's going to sell some plus size clothes. So yeah, I'm the same way. I do the same thing. Also, if I'm going somewhere, I'll look for I'll look to see if there's like a mall or a shopping complex in that. Because I'm not a huge mall person, and I feel like the older I get, it's just the less options. I feel like plus size options they have in malls now.
Right.
So I am definitely like a shopping center kind of gal. So I'm gonna look to see what the local stores are in that particular area, even if it's not. I try to look not just in the mall, but like generally in the vicinity of where I'm staying or where I'm visiting.
Yeah. So I watched a YouTube vlogger, Stylish Curves, I believe her name is, and she does a lot of fashion reviews. And recently I watched one of her videos, and she was saying what she does is she'll try a store and that may only be their customer base may be just Missy or petite, and she says she looks for the highest size, for the larger size, and then she looks for clothes that are kind of like free flowing, and then she tries those on, and she says sometimes that actually works. Have you ever tried that? I've never tried that. I've never thought about doing that. I always feel like if I walk past the store, I could almost kind of tell if it's or not.
Yes. Yeah. So I will say that I'm not one that does that. When H&M, and that's, H&M, when they were selling plus size in the store, I would do that with them. I have a couple of things that I've gotten from H&M when selling plus size inside of the store that were not plus size. But outside of that, because I was going to the plus size section, a couple of things happened to catch my eye. And so I started doing that for like H&M exclusively, but I am bad about doing that for stores in general. And I follow a lot of fashion bloggers and who do clothes reviews, and several of them do that same thing. And I haven't quite got to that point yet where I try on clothes even if they're not plus size.
A part of me is like, yeah, it's a good idea. But the other part of me is like, first of all, I don't even like trying on clothes like that, let alone going into a store that I know is not for me and then just going in there and randomly trying on 4 and 5 outfits and then for them not to work. I'm just like, now I done wasted my energy and my time and walking out empty-handed. But I guess that's the risk, I guess you have to take in order to find those little hidden gems or whatever.
And that's one thing I will say, that all of the plus size, women that I follow, that do like clothes reviews and who are super stylish, they all do that. They try on everything. They, video it in the dressing room. Yes. And I can eyeball, for the most part, things I can fit and things that I can't. Right. I am not a big trying on person. I do not like trying on clothes. So I will usually get it and then I'll bring it back home, try it on, and then I'll take it from there.
Yes, I am the return queen. I would prefer just ship it back or drive back to the store and take it back. Or especially, that's the other reason why sometimes I do shop in the same stores away, because I'm thinking, well, that store is right by me. So if it doesn't fit, then I just take it back to the one by me and, get my little money back and, or possibly if it is something that does have a higher size or something, maybe exchange it out or something like that. But yeah, so I was like, when I heard that, I'm like, maybe I'll try it. It has to be a good day where I'm feeling super energetic.
That's true. That is
true. And I guess in the positive and have a positive attitude at that time. So for you, how would you describe your style?
Man, I will say, I don't know that I have a distinct style that I can pinpoint. I think that I like clothes. So if I like it, I get it. Or if it fits well, I get it. I don't know that I have like a bohemian style or, or super urban. I actually think I teeter back and forth with a lot of those things. Because I teach, sometimes a lot of my clothes are conservative. Right. But on the weekend, I I will throw a big hoop on and, my hat, and I'll call it a day. So I do think I don't think I could give myself one particular, I could say, oh, I have this style. Okay. But I think above all those things, I like clothes that fit. Right. And so if it fits, I'll give it a try. Right. That's my only thing. I don't like, I'm gonna get into this in 1 month. No.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I struggle with style. For me, I feel like I'm at an age, I'm at a certain age now, right? But I still feel like my style is kind of stuck between a 30-ish maybe person, late 20, early 30-ish, and an old lady. And I wonder if it's because, like you were saying too, my last job was more, we had to dress up more. So I had to find like more, just dress slacks and dresses or skirts or whatever. But then on the weekends, it's like, okay, now, now what do I wear? So that's why I was asking you about, the fashion, how, your style, like how do you determine, your style or whatever? But I guess, like you say, you just go with whatever fits or whatever catches your eye and whatever you like, not necessarily putting yourself in a box.
Yeah, I definitely think that. Now I do have, I have pieces that I really like. I have a lot of dresses. To me, dresses are very, they are convenient. They're simple. I can jazz it up with some jewelry. I can put a jean jacket on it. I can wear boots with it. I can wear sandals with it. So I do, if I could think about a piece of clothing that it's kind of my staple, I would say it would be the dress. I have a lot of dresses. When people say, oh, I like dresses, but I'm like, they're so easy. It's just literally one piece. But I know a lot of people aren't a fan of dresses, but I do. I'm the type of person, I like for my clothes to cover all bases. Like a jacket and wear it on Saturday. So I do like my clothes to be functional. So I also take that into account when I'm looking at clothes. Like, can I wear this to work? Okay. Can I wear it to church?
Right.
So I do think about where I can wear it. There are not many, like I'll say for my dresses, there are not many dresses I can't wear to work. Now I might style them differently on the weekend, but for the most part, just about all of them I could wear to work.
Okay. Cool. So you mentioned earlier that there's a lot of YouTube vloggers, or not even just YouTube, but there's a lot of vloggers, fashion vloggers and stuff that you follow. Which ones would you say you kind of follow and like, oh, that looks cute on her, maybe I'll try that style? Or which ones are your favorite, or maybe inspire some of the looks that you try?
So, okay. A couple of them, I follow one that I follow, and a couple of them I follow are, I live in North Carolina, so they are North Carolina based. There is one that I follow, and she's called, I believe her name is Naturally Fabulous.
Okay.
And she was from North Carolina. She is, her husband is working abroad. So she, it's funny to see how her style is changes. And she, kind of videos how she is in Dubai. And so where, their styling is a bit different. It is a bit more covered up. So she kind of takes her style that she had and how it translates in Dubai. So she's one of the people that I like.
Wait,
I follow another.
was she a teacher too at some point? And then
She was a teacher.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about. Yes, she used to be a teacher,
following her. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so there's another one. Her name is Tiffany. I Am Beautiful is her name. She's actually a friend of mine. She's here in North Carolina, and it's fun. It's nice to see her following grow. She does a lot with styling things on a budget. She does some thrifting. She specifically gives stores that are good priced. And she does a good job of saying how their sizes, run. And so she'll say, like, I typically wear 18, or I typically wear 16. And, I had to go up to a 20 at this particular website, or I got away with a 14, or, so I do like that she does that. And then I have, just some ones that I follow that, they just dress really well, but none of the things are in my budget.
Yeah, I hear you. I like Stylish Curves because that's what she does too. Like, she actually puts the link to where she purchased it in there, and then she puts the size that she purchased. So she does that too. And it helps when you're watching a video, because for me, with shopping online, or shopping online is kind of hard to gauge what their how that size chart works or whatever. The other thing I wanted to ask, just so, why do you think that is though? So when I look around, like even after we went to the mall and I sat there and I people watched, I'm like, there's a lot of young ladies that are curvy or thick. And it's not just an African American thing. There's, our cousins, the Caucasians, and, everybody, Latinos, like a lot of people have curves now. So I just don't understand why that is, why so many stores, or if they do offer a curvy or a plus size option, you have to go online. It's not even like it's offered in the store. I wonder why. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Why do they not?
I don't know. Because I think about that all the time. Old Navy started out, they had plus size, then they took it away, and then I think they're trying to bring it back. I know there's one here in North Carolina that has plus size now back into the store, the actual store. But I noticed that about a lot of places. Like I said, H&M was somewhere I like to visit before, and for like trendy styles, because I don't like to spend a lot of money on stuff that's trendy.
Right.
And so that was H&M was always somewhere I could go to find something. If I was looking for something that was more trendy, I could always find it there. And then they were another one who took it out. And so I don't know why, even though in our so many women are like 16 and up or 14 and up, that they are taking them out. I'm not quite sure. I know that stores are closing in general. I think that now people are doing like more online shopping,
Right.
and I don't know if that's affecting sales. So they're taking them out the store and keeping them online, because I know even though all those places have taken them out the store, they still sell them online.
Right.
So I'm not sure why why stores, they'll start having plus size and then they'll take it out. I don't know why, even though there's so many plus size women, across the board, no matter what the race is. I'm not sure why they keep doing that.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish there was like a hotline or something where I could call and just, ask them some questions. Like, I just don't understand that. And because and then the other thing that crosses my mind is sometimes when you see pictures or you go to a vlog site for plus size people, there's always people in the comment section saying that you're promoting, an unhealthy lifestyle because, they're catering to plus size. So I don't know if that's what the stores are thinking. Like we cater to a healthier customer. I don't know. But I feel like even in that case, my thought is, you don't know what my health situation is just because I'm sporting a thicker body. But not just that, maybe I'm working on it. Maybe I'm working on becoming slim, or maybe, for ladies who may just had a baby, sometimes there's medication that causes you to gain weight, or maybe you're like me, you just enjoy food and your waistline just got a little bigger, but now you're trying to get it under control. So my thing is, so am I supposed to wear plastic bags until I can get to an acceptable your eyes? Like I want to dress the body that I'm in at that time, not like you said, buy clothes for the future. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds and I'll be able to get into this. I'll just go ahead and get this. No, I want to, dress nice and, be comfortable in my skin at this size now. So it would be nice to have more options, even with workout clothes. I feel like the colors are even limited with that. It's black, brown, they get fancy and throw in some blue, but I like vibrant colors when I'm working out. It would be nice to see some, not necessarily neon, that's not necessarily my thing, but some pink, some, maybe some Carolina blue or something like that.
Some things like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, for sure. I know that one place that I'm interested to see how long their plus, I want to say is Loft. Ann Taylor Loft. One of them, they brought in plus size in the store.
Oh, did they?
They did. I know in our mall here, we have one. They have a plus size section, even though it's in the back, which is why the plus size section always got to be tucked in.
Yes.
Anyway, despite that, I am interested to see how that lasts inside the store. I know they started selling them online also. But I, if you have a more conservative style, I think that would be a good place to go. I did happen to just kind of peek in over the holidays, and they had a nice selection of their jeans looked really comfy. They felt good. So, if you're looking for pieces that you can have over time, I think they offered a good selection of that.
Okay. I think I stumbled across there online that they started selling plus size, but I didn't know that it was actually now in the stores. The same thing with Nike. I know they started plus online, and they're saying that they're going to gradually go into Nike, because I'm thinking, like I said earlier, as a plus size, why can't I wear a nice Nike, sweatsuit or something like that, And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, with all this quote unquote fat shaming, why wouldn't you offer decent workout clothes for heavy people so we can feel a little bit more motivated to get into the gym and still, be a little stylish as you sweat this weight off.
Yes, I completely agree. And I think, I have a couple of friends too that have bigger bottoms than they do tops. And so they might be, even though they're like maybe like a medium on top.
Right.
They're like an extra, extra large on the bottom to, you know, accommodate maybe, you know, hips or, you know, behind. But so it's not even, and I see a lot of women like that have really full bottoms, but they do have a very small top. And so, I mean, it's not even just regular traditional plus size women. I think women are shapely in general,
Right.
And could probably use a little bit more flexibility in some of the sizes.
Mm-hmm. And for me, like I carry most of my weight in my belly. That's where most of my weight is. So certain shirts, like you said, you know, it'll fit nice on my shoulders. The sleeves fit good, but then it's just hugging the belly a little too close. But then if you go free flowing shirts, now I look like I'm pregnant, like I'm about to pop any minute, you know. So I feel like it's hard trying to dress, you know, a different, you know, body shape. Even with shoes, I find that it's hard because before I started gaining weight, I was a good 9.5, and I felt like I could always find some cute shoes or find them on sale. Now I'm up to like a size 11 or 10.5, more or less a 10.5. Most stores don't carry half sizes. You have to either get a 10 or you have to get 11. So I'm like, so now my clothing is being, my clothing is kind of restricted. My shoes are being restricted. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, it's kind of hard to pull off, you know, a certain look.
I'm the same way. You know, you know, and I wear a 12, and I pretty much always wore a 12. Mm-hmm. I might be able to get to 11 that's running a little bit big, but for the most part, I'm generally a 12, and it is definitely a battle. And I would say for the most part, as far as shoes are concerned, I usually exclusively get my shoes online.
Really?
Just because it's just easier. And not a lot of places offer 12s. One place I can go to that will have a good selection of 12 and even 13s if you have a bigger foot, is Nordstrom Rack. They have a good selection of, if you have like an 11 or 12, and like I said, even a 13, that you've got a couple of options that are quality. Because I know you could always go to like Payless to get, a shoe, but if you want if you want something that's a little bit more quality, they've got a good selection.
Yeah. It's a shame because Payless, now they're shutting down. I see that they're out of business. I'm like, so, they did have a good selection for a larger size shoe. I guess now you'll have to go online now. But so you mentioned quality. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about too, because I know that it's a price range. It ranges for plus sizes. So you have your Lane Bryant, where you can go in and their t-shirts are $40, $50. Then you have your H&Ms where you can get, $30 t-shirts, whatever. Or even less than that. In your opinion, do you really notice a difference in the quality of the clothes, even though their price points are different and you're shopping at allegedly better, higher end stores, so to speak?
I think that it varies. I'm going to be honest. I haven't shopped at Lane Bryant in a while, just because I felt like their prices got a little bit out of hand for the quality of clothes. I feel like the quality didn't escalate with the price. Right. But I think that sometimes it's not always, more money isn't always better quality. I have a couple of, shirts I've gotten from Target that I just recently got one that happened to be on sale. It was like maybe like $4, and it was a longer length shirt. So it came down probably, comes down probably to about the top of my thigh. Mm-hmm. It's a really nice quality. It's not like thin, it's not super see-through. I think you just have to I think a lot of kind of judge a book by its cover. And I'm one of those people, like, I really, like, let me feel what the material is. Like, I'm not, just because it's at a particular store, just because it's at Target, doesn't necessarily mean that everything is cheap. And I mean, you do have those things that are that really thin material that you can see straight through. But not everywhere, not everything is like that. So I think it's just, you kind of have to try it out. It's a little trial and error. I definitely feel like when it comes to shopping at some stores that are considered like lower end.
Right. Right. I agree. Like I was sharing with you, I had went to Swag. Ooh, Lord, I hope Nene never sees this video and she come for me. But I went into her store and I was excited and I was looking around at her different clothes, and I was a little disappointed at the quality of the clothes. I was a little disappointed because I feel like I was looking at a shirt and it was sheer, one of those see-throughs that you might have to wear a little camisole or something underneath it. And it was going for like $95. But then when I looked at the tag, it was like 95% polyester. I'm like, I'm not paying $95 for a 95% polyester shirt just because it's a tie to, a celebrity or something like that. I was looking at Shein. That's a website that I had discovered a while ago, but then it kind of fell off my radar, but now it's back on my radar. And I was looking at some of the dresses, and their dresses were $14, and it was 95% polyester and 5%, cotton or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, well, if I'm going to buy polyester, then I probably will go with the $15. But that doesn't mean, I guess, that just because our stuff is polyester per se, that it will last longer because it's $95, and Shein won't last because it's only $10. So I don't know. It's hard. And for Lane Bryant, now I only shop when there's a sale. When they have their clearance, sometimes like their final call, or if I have a coupon or something like that, then I'll go online and like I'll keep watching stuff and cross my fingers and hope that some of the things that I like are still available once it goes on clearance. Because I agree that you go into the store and some of it is already snagged because it's kind of thin or whatever. It's already snagged, and I'm like, and you want me to pay $95 for this dress, and it's already, I haven't even gotten it out of the store, and it's already the thread is kind of unraveling already. So I agree. Just because it's priced higher doesn't necessarily mean that it's better quality. You just kind of got to try it out. And I love Target. I will get a t-shirt. Some of my best pair of jeans came from Target. So the other thing I wanted to ask about online shopping. So I know before we had a conversation, you were saying that, a lot of times, you just kind of go online. How do you find new stores online that cater to plus size? Do you Google it, or do you take it by reference from some of your vloggers?
Yeah, a lot of things I find from people I follow on Instagram. A lot of they might tag, their pants, and it's somewhere new that I haven't heard of, and so I, will go and check them out and see what they have. So a lot of it, I will completely be honest, a lot of it is from the people that I follow on Instagram. And just things that they've tagged, that they, I got this from here or whatever. And so I always end up going and looking, at those particular places. So, yeah. Eloquy, and I think I'm saying that right, is a place that I discovered a couple years ago. Somebody that I followed on Instagram had a dress, and they have really nice dresses if you need a really nice dress to wear somewhere. But yeah, so I was looking for, I was graduating from grad school, and I was looking for a dress, and I ended up getting it from there. So I always find different spots. Some of them are like just Instagram stores, and then some of them are other websites that that are a little bit more reputable.
Right. So that's a good point. So how do you decide which one of those stores that you're going to risk? Because some of them, like I've seen situations where there's someone who says, oh, this is really good, but then you see another person vlog about how they order something and they show a picture of what they ordered on the model, and then they show a picture of what they got was totally different or totally different quality than what you thought. Do you just risk it and try it, or do you do a little research first? How do you do it?
So If it is something that several, because sometimes, the people I follow, they'll be like several different, several different ones talking about a similar website.
Mm-hmm.
Or I might see one person talk about a website, and then, the next week, another person that I follow was talking about that same website. So if ever I see that kind of cross-reference, that definitely is like, oh, I should check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But also, when I look at, when I go to websites and I might find something that I like, but I'm not sure. I'm like, are these like Asian sizes? Are these? I usually try to flip through the reviews, and if it's something that I like, I see if there are reviews. I'm a big person for reading reviews.
Okay.
Thank you for people who write reviews. And so I will look through them and see what people have said about it. And for the most part, people are fairly honest. Like, I really like this, but if you order it, get, a size up.
Mm-hmm.
Or, if you order it, order a size down. So I usually, if it's something that I'm interested in, I will look for, I read through the reviews on the website for just random things, just to see how, what people are saying or how the sizes, work.
Yeah, that's what I definitely struggle with, like I said, because I feel like my stomach is the biggest part of my body or whatever. So when I look at the sizes and I look at the dresses, I'm thinking, how do I know that I should lean towards the 1X or the 2X? And then the other thing I'm noticing is some of them don't go by the numeric system, and they don't go by the L's, but now they're going by measurements.
Yeah.
If your shoulders are 34 inches, if your waist is such and such.
Yes.
Now I gotta pull out my measuring tape.
Yes. There are a lot that are doing that now. And you would think that I would have somebody help me take my measurements,
Right.
but I still don't know them. So I don't know. When it comes to that, I'm like, oh, that's too much work. I'm not doing all that.
Yes. I think I did that one time for this t-shirt that I really wanted. And as far as I'm concerned, it was still a little off because I felt like the shirt was still a little snug. So I don't know if it was one of them slim fitting shirts and I still should have went up a size. It's just like, when it's online, you just never know. You're just taking a risk.
That's you definitely take a risk when you order online, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's all the questions that I had. I don't know if there's anything else that you thought about that you wanted to share in reference to this topic.
Only thing I say, I think a big question I get, I like clothes. I really like, I like fashion. And people always ask me, where do I shop? And that question every time. Because to be honest, I do not have, I'm not exclusive to any one place.
Mm-hmm.
If they have plus size, I will, I've at least looked at the website.
Right.
Or been to a store or whatever. I'm a big, a big advocate of mixing, highs and lows. I don't think everything needs to cost $1 million.
Right.
I almost never buy anything that's full price. So I just explore and I see, and if I like it and I feel like it looks good on me, I get it. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't necessarily matter where it's coming from.
Right.
And in the same breath, I know some people kind of pigeonhole themselves into one particular type of store. But one of the stores that I really like, I guess I would say maybe might even be my favorite, is Nordstrom's.
Mm-hmm.
And, they have Nordstrom's Rack, which, has some good plus size clothing. Like I said, I like their shoe selection. But don't be afraid to look at some of those high end websites and look at the clearance section, because I just bought a dress. I went to a tea not too long ago. I got the dress from Nordstrom's. It was $125. I got it for $23. Wow. So don't be afraid to, don't count it out because you feel like, oh, I can't afford that. Look through those clearance sections, because sometimes they'll have those final sales and things like that, and you can get just a good discount. So especially if you're just looking online, just look. online. I was talking to a coworker about that, and she was saying, "Oh, I would never, it's no way in the world I would look anywhere like that." Right. But sometimes it just pays, even if you feel like it's, out of your price range, just take a look. See, you never know, what they have out there. So that's probably that's my biggest tip. Is don't be afraid to look everywhere, and don't be afraid to, if you find something that you really like, at Rainbow, you might not wear a whole rainbow, fashion sense, or whatever those kind of cheeky little stores are, but don't be afraid if you like a shirt there and it fits, mix it with something that's maybe of a higher quality. Don't be afraid to, do your low and your high together. And people will never know.
That's a good tip. I would have never thought to look. Now, I have, they've recently got a Nordstrom rack over here. They did the whole Christiana Mall thing, and I went to the Nordstrom rack, but the only thing that I've shopped at Nordstrom's were the shoes, and I found it was the same thing. People think, oh my gosh, they're really expensive, but I never thought about actually looking at their clothes. I never thought about looking in to see what, what sales they had on their clothes. I know I found a couple good deals on their shoes before, but the thing that gets me is I feel like I hardly ever catch these sales that I hear you young ladies talk about. Like I have another young lady who I was trying to interview her, and she will always talk about how she went into Ross and found like these really cute dress pants for $2 because they were on sale, or she went to went to Macy's and was looking on a clearance rack and found like this super cute shirt on sale for darn near 50 cents. Like they had to give her money to think it was so darn cheap, or she had coupons, whatever. But I was like, and I tried. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go into Macy's and try. Man, I feel like when I go into Macy's, their sale items are like $50. Yep, that's our final sale. This is $50. This is as far as I'm gonna go. And I'm like, but it's 80. Like if 50 is as low as you're gonna go on this. So I don't know.
I definitely feel like those things are are hit and miss. You gotta go back and forth. There'll be sometimes where you go and you find, oh my gosh, you find everything. And then there's sometimes you go and you like, hey, I didn't get anything. I didn't find, So I think it's just kind of, trial and error. I am a big Ross fan. That is my good old faithful. That where a lot of my dresses come from. Dress I have on right now. And I do. They, you can find a couple of $8.99 or whatever. I recently found some really inexpensive dresses from Old Navy that were like a couple of dollars, $2-3 cheap. So I think it's just kind of hit or miss. But I will say, when I went to Old Navy, I got several pieces. But boy, I had to work for the pieces. I mean, I was really looking through. So sometimes also, if you don't have that patience, you might just stick to looking through online or whatever. If you're not one that likes to look through the rack.
Right. Also, too, I have to say that one of the reasons why, of course, I asked you is because I feel like you do very well with putting your outfits together, matching your jewelry and your shoes and things of that nature. I feel like you're definitely one of the people that I look to for inspiration. You know what I mean? Yeah, you are. And the other thing too is when people are looking for deals, people just know how to put things together. So I may see something on a rack that's inexpensive, that's like a really good sale, but I have no idea what to pair that with or how to kind of, pull it all together, my highs and lows to make it look like a decent outfit. And that could be the thing too, where it's hard. So what tips would you give for people too? Like when you see certain things on sale, maybe not pass it up, because once you get it home, you might be able to put it on with a blazer, or once you match it up with a nice pair of jeans and some earrings, then it looks really nice.
So I'm really good for that. I will, if I happen to see like a random shirt and I'm like, what would I ever wear this with? But it's a couple dollars, I usually get it. And I might not even wear it right away because I'm still like, I know I'm gonna wear this shirt. I know I like it. It's super cute. But I might need a second to think about how I'm gonna pair it. So I do, if I happen to see those items and I really like it, but I'm not quite sure what I can wear with it, I will I'll get it anyway. And I feel like I look through my Instagram timeline is so full of fashion and people who, you know, who dress. And so like that's always where I get my inspiration from. And to be honest with you, I will look at Pinterest too. I bought a couple of, like maybe last summer, I brought a shirt that was, I had all these like funky colors on it. And I literally typed into Pinterest, you know, styling, you know, brightly colored shirts. And I just, you know, wanted to see what they had. And I happened to see an outfit that was like, hey, wait a minute, like I've got some white pants like that, or, you know, and I put it together just from, you know, what I saw there. So I, you know, if it's, or if I'm looking for inspiration, I want to wear something, but I just want to wear it differently. I'm also good for, you know, looking through Pinterest and just seeing what they have to.
Okay. Good tips. Good tips. I like that. Awesome. Well, like I said, I didn't want to, you know, keep you all night, but I definitely appreciate you taking time out of your schedule and coming on and bumping my gums and bumping your gums with me.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Like I said, if you don't have any other tips for us, like maybe pros and cons of ordering online.
And don't, you know, listen, you will get burned at some point. You just got to keep, you know, you got to chalk it up. I ordered something from Amazon and I was like, that's the place I tell you, ordering from Amazon. You gotta, if you ever try to, I know they've been like pushing their fashion and things like that. I've had some hit or misses with the Amazon clothes. So just keep that in mind if you order anything from Amazon.
The new thing that I'm doing is if there's random, like if I come across a website or something, I immediately go to YouTube and put that name of the store in or the name of that website in, and then you'll be able to see vloggers who've done fashion hauls from that designer. They'll be like, oh, okay. They said that it was pretty good. Maybe I will, you know, give them a try or whatever.
Yeah.
Good tips.
Yeah, this is fun. Thanks. I enjoyed bumping my gums.
Awesome. Maybe you'll come back and chat with us again about on a different topic.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Give Fergie a hug for me from a distance.
All right.
It's from across the room.
I sure will. That's funny.
You'd probably be shocked, like, what?
All right.
Have a good night.
Okay, good night.